Good evening, everybody. Tonight's a very important night to me and to a lot of people. It's my dear friend and band leader, genius, Jean-Luc Ponty. Jean-Luc, Jean-Luc's birthday is today. He turned 21. Actually, he turned 79 years old. And he just sent me a picture of him with some champagne, which I am going to help him post tomorrow. It's amazing. You know what? When I met him, I was 1977-ish, right after Berklee College of Music. I finished, graduated, and 3 months later I got a phone call. And many of you know the story. He never told the band I joined, or he didn't yet tell the band. And I showed up in Ohio. This was after auditioning and all that. I showed up in Ohio, where I entered the hotel, and there was Ralph Armstrong and Steve Smith and Alan Zavad, Daryl Sturmer. And they all said, "Hey, what are you doing in Ohio? Would you like tickets to our show?" And, "Hey, Terry." And I said, "Well, I don't know if I need tickets because I'm in the band." And they all looked completely astonished. I said, "Yeah, I'm in the band. This is my first gig tonight." We had no rehearsals, no nothing. You know, I flew in as green as can be, you know. There was sound check. I met everybody, and we had dinner. And like 2 hours later, there was this giant announcement, which I will never forget. Of course, they said Atlantic Records is proud to welcome Jean-Luc Ponty and his band. And there we were, in front of close to 4,000 people. And that was the beginning of, wow, like 40 years. Just amazing. Anyway, first thing I want to do tonight is sing happy birthday to Jean-Luc Ponty. So if you all would please get ready and sing along. Here we go. La 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 la, everybody, la 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 la. Here we go. Here we go. Ready? Ready? Everybody ready? Hi, Ingrid. Here we go. La. I'm giving you a chance to get tuned up, audience here. Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jean-Luc Ponty. Jean-Luc. Happy birthday to you. Everybody singing? Happy birthday, Jean-Luc. I'm gonna play one of my favorite songs of yours, Garden of Babylon. Yeah, Jean-Luc. Anyway, again, we're celebrating Jean-Luc's birthday. I have to tell you all, many of you are musicians and have been friends of mine, and I don't know if you really know how much I love Jean-Luc Ponty. And it's an interesting journey. Hello, Farry. Farry. When I joined the band, they had already been, touring, and he was already on the charts, like Billboard charts, not like one of the first jazz fusion bands to ever get on the pop charts, And he was played in New York, where I come from, on WNEW FM radio, which was like the FM radio station. So you would hear like the Grateful Dead, and then Grand Funk Railroad, and then somebody else, Yes, and then Ponty. You'd hear Jean-Luc Ponty like every hour or two. And what he accomplished is just so amazing to me. Anyway, long story short, when I started with him, I was really, really green. I had never toured. I only did one gig one time, which is a story I'll save for you. But I'll give you a little hint. So I went to Oneonta, New York. My father had signed a contract to let me go out of my area and play in bars, because you had to be like 18 to play, right? So I joined this band, this cover band, great guy, Tony, out in Queens. Tony. And we had the drummer in the band was Neil Diamond's drummer. I'm sorry, I forget his name. But yeah, Neil Diamond's drummer, and really cool players. We did everything, Elvis, Tom Jones, all the stuff, Hey Scott, Hey Fenner. We did all these cover tunes, right? And I was 16 years old. So my father signed this contract that said that I could go and play in a bar with alcohol there and all that stuff, and that I would the guardian would be the band leader, Tony. And by the way, Tony took really good care of me. Hey, Bill, welcome to the live. Anyway, I probably will never write this in any book. But so here I am, 16 years old. We're playing all these tunes. And there's this beautiful woman. I mean, really beautiful. At least I thought she was gorgeous, like the best thing I had ever seen. And so we played our set, and she went like this to me. So, I was pretty inexperienced, shall we say. Not completely, but that's another story. So she went like this, and we talked for a while, and then she invited me home. This was in Oneonta, New York. So I get in the car with her, and actually, this is not a good story to tell because it's a statutory rape. I just realized. Anyway, she was 29 years old, and I was 16. Holy crap! In all these years, I never ever thought about this. Anyway, we had a great time. Great time. I had a great time anyway. And it was really, I remember we were in the living room and we were going nuts and all this stuff. And then this is the greatest part of the story, everybody. So if you know upstate New York, Oneonta, or Buffalo, or any of those places, it's cold up there. There's a lot of snow, And the door starts to turn. And here I am in her house in my underwear by this time or whatever. And she said, "You got to get out of here. It's my husband." I swear to God, everybody. I had never, I was 16 years old. I had never been in any kind of situation like this, right? "It's my husband. It's my husband. You got to go." So I was like looking around. I can't go out the door. So fortunately, her house was on the ground level. I jumped out the window. I jumped out the window of her house, and I was dumped in like 4 or 5 feet of snow. Not that I was a stranger to what snow is, but it was really like scary. I jumped out the window. The husband's there, I guess. I never saw him, thank goodness. I jumped out the window, got in the snow, and then I spent like an hour or two freezing because I was in some suburban house, just freezing, looking for any kind of light that I could find so I could find an avenue and get a taxi back to the hotel. So I've never told that story, and like I said, until this very second, I never ever realized that that's statutory rape. Gee whiz, my Lord. So see what you learn on Facebook? Even I learned tonight something. But I will say, in my life, that was a great, great night. I have no complaints. No complaints whatsoever. And it's, there you go. There's my personal story for the night. Here's Once a Blue Planet. I love this song, everybody. Oh, you know what? I told you the story about the statutory rape, but I didn't really tell you the point of the story. The point of the story was when I joined the band with Jean-Luc, I was green, which I already said 20 times, right? I didn't know what a tour manager did. I didn't know much of anything. I truly didn't. I remember asking Jean-Luc, I was at the airport, and he tells this story too, I asked him so many questions. Like, Jean-Luc, what time are we playing? What's for dinner? Where are we going? Is there a pool at the hotel? I mean, it was like he was daddy, right? I mean, seriously, it was weird. I mean, for him, I thought it was fun. And finally, Jean-Luc just looked at me and he said, look, that's the road manager, the tour manager. Talk to him. It was weird. And then our relationship evolved over the years. Over the years, I was always like like a son maybe, but like the troublemaker. I was like the troublemaker son. You all know me pretty well, so I was kind of rebellious. I was the one, whatever. And as the years progressed, we became like family, you know. There was one day that I'll never forget. Well, there's a billion days I'll never forget. But while I was on tour, I was told that my wife at the time wanted out. And that when I got off tour, yes, Kevin, you're right. When I got off tour, that she was going to go back to New York, and I could go back to our house, but she didn't want to stay in LA anymore, and she wanted the marriage to be over. Anyway, so I flipped out. I mean, I was in South America when all this happened. I should have seen it coming because I was so self-involved and on the road 8-10 months a year. And then when I came home, I didn't give her much attention. I was doing television and, out there making money and all this stuff. Anyway, that's for another conversation. But I wanted to tell you this story to make this all more human because you all see bands and stuff. Anyway, I am not a guy who parties much. I'm surely no saint, but I think the thing that I did least in my life ever was drink alcohol. Again, I'm not a saint. I've had alcohol. But I was so flipped out by her leaving me that I was going to actually have a divorce that I got really, really, really drunk, like sick drunk. I remember I was walking through New Orleans and I threw up. I threw up actually on a prostitute who was asking me if I wanted a date in the street. I was so messed up. And in the morning of that morning, the next morning, we had a liquor bar, what do we call this thing? A mini bar in the hotel. And I started to drink. I never had drinks in like my whole life, I looked, there was a Jack Daniels. I drank that mini thing. Anyway, by the time I came down to the lobby, I was smashed. I was smashed, man. Nobody, I mean, in all my life, maybe I had, 10, 15, 20 drinks. I was wrecked. It was like 8 o'clock in the morning. And this was, like I say, one of the biggest days in my life, We had cars and we had vans and airplanes and limousines and all that shit. But this day, I don't remember where it was for good reasons, I guess. We had a couple of cars. So one car was Jean-Luc and his wife, Claudia, and then it was going to be one or two of us with him, and then the other car would have the tour manager and the other guys. And I don't want to cry on Facebook Live. Jean-Luc told everybody that he just wanted to take me. And so there I was in the car alone with Jean-Luc and his wife. And God, he told me how much he cared about me and that I shouldn't do what I was doing and that, I have to concentrate. He was so serious. I got to concentrate on the music. But, he's there if I need to talk to him and that he knows that I'm going through this. But, drinking is not going to solve the problem. And he needs me sober for the gig. I mean, there's all this balance. But you know what? If you know Jean-Luc Ponty, he was a band leader with a gold record. He didn't need a piece of shit guitar player who was having marital problems, bugging the stuff, man. And it's interesting because from that day on, he, his wife, and myself had a special bond, and it's only grown from there. It's hard to explain. Everybody in the band has their relationship with him. Rayford has a great relationship with him. Everybody, in fact, all his musicians do. He's just like that. But basically, I went from being like a kid, to being his equal, to someone he comes to when he has questions sometimes, like particularly with social media. We have music discussions. Anyway, long story short, I think, a lot of times I come on here and I play Jean-Luc Ponty music and then Facebook blocks the video because they think I have no right to do them. And I just wanted you all to know that I truly, aside from my father, I had one father, my father, hi Glaser, and a couple of other people, man, I don't think I've ever loved anybody as much as I love Jean-Luc Ponty. So it's his birthday, and I'm glad you're all here. Let me play. Here we go. I got sound. Ready? Anyway, I'm going to play a song right now, Enigmatic Ocean. This is Imaginary Voyage. Let's celebrate Jean-Luc. Everybody clap your hands out there. I don't know where you all are at. Here we go. Ha ha! We love you, Jean-Luc.